Okay, we're gonna do this one together. So first things first, nasty guitar. Probably a good idea to put on gloves. And it's really important that you get organized with take a guitar apart. Ziploc bags are your friend. Some sort of trays, you put screws in, things like that. And you have all your tools ready. Of course, it's very satisfying to do this. You can see here, God knows how long that's been in there. And then over here, all the strings. Very important that you have all of your shots when you start this, because look at these things. I mean, be careful. You know, as you can see, these things can be sharp. Just gonna put it in this bag. Woo! Okay. The fun process of taking all these screws out. Now, there's different type of Telecasters. Some of them have 5 screws. Some of them have 8. I have not decided if I'm going to throw away this pickguard yet. I've ordered some parts already for this. Mainly the tuners. I got a really nice deal on some vintage looking button style metal tuners. Should be here in a couple of days. And honestly, I haven't ordered anything else because I just don't know what we need to get. And I have some paint already here, some stains from some previous guitar build projects that I've done. I've worked on some kit guitars before, and those are fun because you basically get everything you need to build a guitar in a box, and all you have to do is decide if you want to, spray paint it, send it somewhere to get it painted, stain it, maybe do nothing. Some people wrap it. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do. I mean, it's a fun way to have like almost like a science project in a box type of thing, because it doesn't really require too much wiring or know-how. All right, moment of truth. Look how distorted this thing looks. It's stuck on there. Ooh, looks like it's actually underneath. See that? The pickguard's underneath the fretboard. So you're going to have to be a little careful to kind of pull. Maybe. Oh, okay. Well, that's not secured. Let's take out the other one as well. So you can adjust the height of this here. Okay. Good old Temu screwdriver. Okay, that cover came off. That's good. Some foam in there. Ooh, that's nasty. All right, so this is called a 3-ply pickguard. So if you don't know what that means, it means that you've got 3 layers. See? Black on the bottom, white, and then black. Makes it look fancier, There's some that you can get that are multi ones, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get a new pickguard. Look how warped and nasty that looks. Yeah, we're gonna order a new one of those. Okay, so for the time being, this is gonna go basura, Spanish for trash. Spanish is actually my first language. Since we're here, let's go ahead and take off this cover as well. Oh, you know what? Wait, almost forgot. Oh, okay. First mystery, there's a spring back here for some reason. I'll put that over here. And this says SP90. Some markings on there. SP903. Cool, okay. Well, people look it up. I don't know what that means. Oh, a little dirty. Some foam back here. Oh, that looks wet, but that's just gloss. So inside the cavity, it's black. So interestingly, we can see that this guitar was black. All right, let's take out this one now. Now, if you may or may not have noticed, I'm trying to keep the screws organized in a certain way. It's just a little bit of an anal thing that I do. I don't want to cross-thread anything, and since this thing is so nasty and old, I want to try to preserve the integrity of it as much as possible. I mean, I think this thing is being held together with like hopes and dreams, so if if you're not careful, you'll mess everything up. Okay, so this one has two screws. Now, the nice thing about having the guitar kit projects that I worked on, I didn't use all the parts, so I actually have a random couple of buckets of some different parts and pieces, you know, that I can use to repurpose. I'll see, screws and everything are there. Put that here. So see, the left one, this is the bridge one, right? It's the neck, kind of aligned with each other. We'll take this cover off, put it there. So that one says Seymour Duncan, see? Or it was faded off. And then, interesting, okay, so the good news is they both say the same thing. Or similar, I should say. Everybody's turning their head sideways. So I would suspect this is probably a soap bar neck and a soap bar bridge. Seymour Duncan. So if these are Seymour Duncan pickups, that's a good sign. That means this is probably a good quality instrument. So let's take off the cavity here. This has the control cavity for your tone and your volume pots, or potentiometers if you want to get really nerdy. The other thing I just noticed is the output jack. It almost has a barrel style output jack, but it's not. It's this style, which maybe we'll switch that, but we'll see. Let's first see what's underneath here. So traditional telly, you know, 3-way selector, volume, tone. Okay, first concern is that you got cheap wires underneath here, and you have really nasty pots with really nasty, you know, everything. So instead of cleaning this up and trying to restore that, this is trash. We're going to buy a new one. So with that, we can also see here that these pickups were replaced at some point. So that's a good sign, okay? Why is that a good sign? Because this is probably a cheap guitar with very nice pickups that's covered in, oh my God, what is that? Don't breathe that in. This needs like a Proposition 65 warning on it. If you're not from California, or if you haven't been in California, they have these signs everywhere. It says like Proposition 65, you know, something in here or some substance has been known to cause cancer. So it's just scary stickers. I mean, you see them everywhere, literally. But that's like the law. Oh, so yes, okay. So the only thing on the back here is these 4 holes for the neck plate. So I'm not going to mess with that right now, but I am going to take off the outlet cover here. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. Okay. So, needless to say, this is not going to be good piece of electronics here. I already can tell you that. Just from telling from the pots. Oh, goodness. Look at all that dust coming off. Ugh, it's gross. Yeah, very cheap. Wires like exposed. So all this needs to come out. So what I'm going to do now is getting a little handy dandy tool. We're going to free these pickups from this thing. So just so I don't have to mess up that, I could just, because I don't care about these little cheap little wires, you know. Okay. This is the ground, right? So hot for that. So let's trim. Yeah, you can see very cheap, very bad soldering job, but that's all right. We'll just trim that. Okay. 1, 2. 1. And then we're going to cut this one here. And let's might as well just cut this because it doesn't matter. yeah, most importantly this. Now this wire is a grounding wire. It's actually grounded to this bridge more than likely. We will see that. Okay. So this is the control plate for a Telecaster style guitar. I don't know if I even want to keep these. Just gross looking. For the time being, trash. Basura. All right, now that everything has been cut, what we should do is be smart and label something. So, where's my blue masking tape? Or, you know what, we can recycle. There's some here. Perfect. Oh, yeah, I love this. If you guys haven't seen this, it's the My First Fire kit. And actually, that's a gag thing. You can buy these gag gift boxes. It's a prank gift box. Totally unrelated to what we're talking about today. But what's cool about those gag gift boxes is, I'm looking for a marker because I thought I had one on here somewhere. It's my random sanding stuff. Oh, crashing into things. Oh, there, of course. I already had a marker on the table. Perfect. So what do I need the marker? I need the marker because I want to label things. So I want to label the pickups so I don't forget which one is which. And just use this blue tape. Your friendly blue tape. That's good for so many things. And I'm going to put a big N for neck, bridge. And then now. And yeah, these are, I can already tell. Oops. You know what? This actually, oh, that's not good. That is not good. What happened there? You know what? Sometimes you do something and you realize it's not good to poke the sleeping bear. And that's unnecessary. Okay, well, the good thing is I stripped the cheap wire, which I don't care about. I got worried for a second. Doesn't matter. But the question is, look how thin that hole is. And I suspect, yeah, see? So I'm not really going to mess with this. This is going to stay in place. We're going to have to work around that, I think. I don't know. I mean, I do have a drill bit. I can make that hole bigger, but that would seem silly. You know what? We're going to do this the right way. We're going to take this out. We're going to be able to fish it. I'm not worried about it. There's wires and stuff, and I'm stubborn enough that I'll be able to make it work. All right, neck pickup. We'll put it back with the cover here. Bridge pickup is going to come out just as easily, hopefully. Yep. Wrap it over, take control of that, put that together. Now, the pickups, I don't know if you know how this works. There's magnets in here. These big fat magnets. And these magnets, basically what happens is that you have some underneath this wax stuff. It's like an insulator in a way. Helps shield a little bit. There's spools of copper wires. Just spools of it, hundreds of times wound around these pole pieces, which these are nice because they're adjustable. I just noticed that. Anyways, the pole pieces, there's one for each string. As the string vibrates over the field that is created between the coils and the magnet, and if you know anything about science, there's a cool thing that happens with you wrap a copper coil around a magnet. It can actually create, that's how generators are made. If you look at any motor, like in your vacuum or some of the things, you see that coil around a magnet and it creates that field. So as the string vibrates, as it vibrates over the magnetic pole piece and then interrupts that field, that creates a signal which travels down the wire to your amplifier. That's how it works. So we're going to take really good care of those. So I'm just noticing here, this worries me a little bit. So you see this wood chips that are here that someone like crudely chiseled out to make that P90 fit in there? It makes you think, what was in here before? I don't know. we're going to figure that out. Just more mysteries, more strange occurrences. It's almost like we need to call Mr. Ballin. He could do a story about this guitar and the horror of this thing. And honestly, I'm looking at this bridge right now, and this is a very, very cheap bridge. So I'm not sure if we're going to salvage many parts from this guitar because, let's face it, if it's garbage, it's not worth it. My mom's always telling me this saying in Spanish. It's bonito te costa. So it's the cheap will cost you. So it's good to spend a little bit more money, invest in it, and make it last. You know? There you go. But this just makes it more exciting for me. This is more fun. Now this wire, it should in a second, we will see where that's connected to the bridge somehow. Because it has to be grounded. Otherwise you get this horrible buzzing from that current. Okay. So this, there's more screws. Oh, there's one more. Look out for that one. So I could even, I'll leave on there. Wow. So that's the grounding wire, remember what I was telling you about? So that wire is this. So we're not going to mess with that. That's going to stay right there. And what else we got to do? Foam is going to come out. Okay. Strap buttons now. Now, there's obviously nothing wrong with these. I actually like these. They're nice, large, comfortable strap buttons. I hate doing this by hand, but I don't want to deal with a drill right now. And I also do it with my non-dominant hand. I don't know why. Should have just made this easier. You're going to see here, watch me unscrewing the stupid button. Goodness gracious. We're going to keep on going. Almost there. How long is this screw? Okay, I'll give it up. I'm switching hands. All right, these strap buttons look like trash too. But maybe this is the one thing we keep from the guitar that's original. Besides the wood and the frets. See, it's got a little felt thing. So I just realized something. What is that? It'd be funny if this guitar's not even wood or something weird. Or it's like a drywall screw maybe. I don't know. Oop. Knock over my light. What? Okay, that was weird. Spotlight time. Ooh, that's gross. So basically, I have a screw here. It's so buried. It's almost stripped. Gotta be careful with this one. Maybe because this thing was like leaning up against a wall or something. Like it got a lot more dust and crud in this top button. Strap button. Oh my goodness, this thing is, yeah, we're gonna replace these two. I think I have some spares. If not, maybe we'll, I don't know, I just don't like strap locks. I almost dropped my guitar once in the middle of a performance because of strap locks. It was a long time ago. Ever since then, I just don't trust them. So I either permanently attach my guitars with a washer. I'm going to be doing a full review of all the guitars that I have that are my personal ones. And the history of my guitars in some upcoming videos. But my priority is getting this guitar back to looking beautiful. It'll be a fun project. Goodness gracious, these screws are so freaking long. Not a bad thing, but I should probably stay in frame. There we go. You're almost there. Okay. Gotcha. Now, since we're here, let's flip this around. Now, these tuners are really no good. These are like the cheapest. One second, let me fix this. There we go, much better. So these have got to go, but actually I just remembered, should I? These, okay. Now the ones I ordered are like a vintage style. Now the nice thing is for this neck, I'm not gonna do anything to this neck as far as painting or anything. I don't know, maybe I'll put a stinger. It's because I like putting stingers on everything. If you don't know what a stinger is, it's basically you paint like the back of your headstock and you create this like drip V. Actually, you know what? I have a good example right here. And this is a oh goodness, almost dropped the phone. This is a stinger. Do you see that? This is a project guitar. So even like on the headstock of this one, I'm gonna get something made like this. It's gonna be a custom, almost like a plaque. This is the Nightmare. My phone ran out of juice, so I plugged in. Therefore, I'm tethered. I forgot. Now these little screws are great because these are valuable. They're the same screws they use them on the Grovers and all these little ones. So these are good to keep. I'll keep these to the side somewhere. But so you can see here, the bad thing with these tuners is that their gear ratio is just so poor. Look how small it is. So you have to just crank them. And they're just, kind of cheap. Not too exciting. So I ordered locking tuners. That way it'll improve tuning stability, makes string changing so much easier. Maybe I should buy a drill. Well, I mean, I do have a drill, but it's like overkill. Like I don't need to be installing heavy duty equipment type of thing. But like I've seen on like Scar My Guitar and some other channels, they've got these like little hand drills. They're just like bzz. It's like a little one-handy thing. I don't know if those are any good or not. It's crazy. You see the tan lines on this thing? Look at that. Wow. Come on, get out of there. Little bastard. And if you're wondering, like, why? I mean, the gloves thing, not important, right? I mean, look at my hands. You want that over your hands? I don't think so. I don't. It's not part of the fun. Anyways, so I don't know what color we're going to do this guitar. I don't know if I totally want to strip all the paint. I really don't know. But I'm inclined to probably take off as much of the paint as possible. And, or just sand off, or take off as much as possible, make it, see what the wood looks like. Because I'm curious. I noticed when I play back one of the videos, you can actually see that there's a few pieces of wood in there. So it would be kind of interesting. Maybe we can make this more like a natural color. I do have a stain like that already that I used on this, on the V. It's here. We can make it more of a butterscotch type of style. Now, the other thing that I wasn't sure about was the bridge pickup. So obviously this guitar must have had maybe a humbucker or something here, but let's see how we're getting there. Okay, string trees. And these things are always funny. I forget what they're called. Some sort of like spacer thing. Well, you know what? I don't need to be clever. Oh, that didn't work. This will just So these are like, again, cheap. Like, I hate these things. Well, you hate them when they don't work for you, right? That's what it is. Perfect. Get out of here. Look at that nastiness, dude. Ugh. Like, I always wonder in like dirty, nasty guitars like this, like what songs were played on this, you know? Did they take lessons? And this was somebody's baby at one point. You hope, at least. Sometimes that just, you don't get to be lucky. I wonder, like, you almost want to see a like Toy Story, but for musical instruments. Yeah, I don't like these string trees either. These are gonna go just cheap, but we might use them, so I'll just put them there. I mean, the string trees are just hold the string down for tension. It helps with the break angle, and here for the string over the nut. Oh, it's important. This one has a little bit higher. Good thing I'm recording this. I might forget. Okay. Let's put that there. All right. Moment of truth. Neck. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. All these tuners, all this thing. This is just going to go straight to the trash. It's not worth it. Oh, no. Not worth. Oh, almost forgot. Little screws over here with the pickup height adjust these screws, because I don't know exactly what these are when you see them. I got so happy right now when I saw those. Somewhere in this garage on the floor, I think they're the screws that I lose. They end up like they're conspiring against me or something. All right, let's put this on the table nice and flat. Okay, so these 4 screws, to say they are important is an understatement. And actually, I'll still do it by hand, because I don't want to strip these. These are important because if you strip these, man, ooh, not good. We might reinforce these, by the way. I like doing that sometimes. A few different ways. One of them is with a shim, if we have to adjust the action. But honestly, the action on this guitar was already super low, so I don't think that would be necessary. But we'll have to see once we put it back together. But it's a shame. I mean, I guess they tried to relic it, you know. But what I don't understand, you know what? Let me close this before I hurt myself. How do you do this again? I forgot. Oh, yeah. I always forget. It's so simple. It's a little button. Okay. Okay. Almost there. Da 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 da. Almost there. Okay. Now the one thing you'll notice that's different is I'm not going to take these screws out of the plate. They're going to stay right there. More importantly, I need them to stay there. So we're going to recycle again. Okay, let's see. Do. Okay, get this plate off of here. Oops. I'm trying to do this, but I mean this bad boy is stuck on there. Shoot. Maybe we'll have to do this for a second, just for a moment. Well, first things first, let's look at how this fits. Oh, very loose. So I might shim it. Oh, there's, you know what, I don't know. Is that a neck pocket crack or a finished track? So either way, we're going to, whatever that is, we're going to investigate that. But you know what? Interesting. Maple, no markings. But you can tell it's pretty inexpensive neck. You know, it just painted the gloss on it. But this fretboard obviously is disgustingly dirty. And it does, I mean, that's the Fender shape headstock. There's a chance this could be a Squier. There is a chance like this could be an older Squier. I'm going to look up what that serial number is. The CXS, I believe, is Squier. And I believe it's Chinese made, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Now the neck plate we got. Now here's the other. Look how weird that is. There's red underneath the black. What the heck is that? It's almost like they screwed up, and maybe we should make it red. It's like a sign, right? I don't know. Do you believe in magic? All right, so we gotta get this neck plate off. Till we get creative here. Oops, my finger's stuck in there. Oops. Okay, I guess that's not gonna work. My goodness. All right, let me see something. All right, you never go towards you, okay? Make sure I got this right so I don't screw it up. There we go. Oh, man. So, 1, 2. That might be important to look at, too. If that comes on the Squiers, that'd be a good telltale sign. But the problem is there's nothing in here that says Squier, Fender, or anything. I just lost my recycled tape, but that's okay. There's more. Oh, almost fell. Okay. What do we got here? Nope, that's not going to work. Okay. I think I'm going to have to go to the cabinet. Yep, go to the cabinet. The cabinet. I could have sworn I had some in there. Okay, not in there. Let's look. This cabinet. I think this cabinet has painter's tape. Yep, it is. Whoops. So put that back. See, painter's tape is always good to have, especially when you're painting stuff. You know? Oops. So I'm just going to basically secure that down like that. And this is not easy with gloves on. Okay. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, good. Okay, so here we are. We got the body stripped down, everything's done. And even if I'm not going to use this output jack, I actually do want to use the plate because it's, you know, it's the one that really fits the body. And just now I could use, it looks like a barrel style. There's different ones, but the last thing you want to do is be scrambling on eBay to try to find a stupid part and end up spending like $20 for something dumb like this. So save things because you might need them. But yeah, that should be fun. But yeah, this is a trash output jack. I mean, just look at that. You know, it's okay. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. It worked fine. You know, this guitar was functioning, but we're going to make this better because some lucky person is going to be able to take this thing home once we get to 1,000 followers. All right, so now let's figure out what we're going to do. We're going to put pickups in this bag with everything that's pickup related. Oops, found my tape. All right, so this pickup we're going to put here. And we're just going to put everything gingerly right next to each other. Space it out. And since we're at it, let's put, this is very important. I'm going to put this in its own Ziploc bag, because that's how important that is. And since it's not going to mess with anything, we'll keep output jack, strap button, which we're going to replace, but just in case, we'll keep that. The bridge, even though I do want to replace this, just in case, we're going to keep it. But because if anything, worse comes to worse, I could always replace the saddles. But look how nasty that is. I mean, ugh. Okay, that's going to go here. Perfect. Oh, almost forgot we need string trees. So more baggies of random screws and random parts. So I got a little small baggie here. This is going to be for the pickup height springs and screws. This is super important. So I'm going to have to get another spring, but I think, like I said, I have that parts basket that I'm not too worried about that. So I'm going to put this with the pickup so that everything's together. The string trees, I'm going to put, oops. String trees are going to go in here. So again, I'm probably going to replace those. All these are the random screws. So there's, I have one bag. I'll see, look, it's already a pickup height adjuster right there. I have one screw of these type. I mean, it's funny, it's like the same for all of them, or similar. See? And I think one is like from a guitar that's 20 years old, so it's the same screws. Good to keep them. So those I'm going to keep there. And I know somewhere around here, I've got another bag with, I think, yeah, this one. This one has a bunch of those little screws. This is a great find. Super happy with this. I think I'm going to get like a little, like a tackle box or something to organize this stuff. Yeah, this stuff too. As well. All right, done. Put this back so I can use it again. This. Okay. Now, get the big Ziploc bag, because this is like the project, right? I can put pickups in here, because you always put big rocks in first, right? And then you put the little stuff. I'm going to label it. So I'm going to put was full again. Silly. So the Nightmares label. Now the next step for this is going to be stripping the paint. We got to decide what we're going to do. Until next time, subscribe and follow, please.